All right, good morning, YouTube. I can't believe I'm finally saying that, but hey, we're here. Finally got my hands on a GoPro and I'm gonna be able to make some videos. I'm so excited to do this. And obviously this first video might sound a little bit awkward because I'm talking to myself, but I'll get used to it, I promise. So I'm out here in Black Lake. It's in Ilwaco, Washington. I'm on the back dock. You gotta park a little ways away and take a trail. But I'm mostly going after some stock trout and maybe some bass, possibly. As you can see, there's some lily pads over there and all along this side, but the weed bed has grown up so much. So I'm gonna try to use the Senko. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm using right now. So for the stock trout, pretty much I'm gonna be using, it's 2 big bullet weights right there, a snap swivel, and then I gave it about 14 to 16, probably 16 inches of leader line. And then I'm using 3 power bait on a little size 8 octopus hook with 3 power bait. I found that pink and white seem to work the best, especially in the morning over here. It's about 6:30 in the morning. So yeah, and for the possibility of bass, I'm just using a Texas rigged green pumpkin Senko on a 5/0 offset bait holder hook. So yeah, I think it's time to get fishing. I'm gonna cast this out. I'm gonna cast out my power bait. I know that out here there is a pretty deep hole, and that's where the stock trout like to sit. And even I've seen the possibility of the big ones sitting out there. I've seen a couple people catch some 5 or 6 pounders out here. So yeah, I'd probably want to cast out a little farther than that, but let's just see if we can't get hooked up right there. I'm gonna set this up and now we wait. So while we wait for a little trout to pick that guy up right there, I'm gonna try fishing over against these lily pads and alongside them, see if there's any bass sitting in there. But I'm gonna tell you guys what's in store for this channel. So basically, I've been meaning to make a YouTube channel for a long time, obviously, as I said, but I have a kayak. I moved between Washington and Idaho. I live out of Boise, go to college there. So oh, yeah, that weed bed's really tall. So yeah, I live out of a little town on a peninsula on the west coast of Washington called Long Beach, Washington, and Ilwaco is only about 10 or 15 minutes from there. So I'm gonna be fishing here over the summer, and come early August I'm gonna be heading back to Boise, and I know some really good fishing spots there. Last year I was kind of scoping all of that out, getting ready to start making YouTube videos, so there's gonna be some bangers coming up in Boise, I promise. I'm super excited for that. But no, yeah, I have a kayak. I'm not gonna be able to bring that up to Boise, but I'll probably take that out on maybe even on Black Lake, maybe a couple canals here in Washington, and I'll see how that does. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna be doing some saltwater fishing, mostly freshwater fishing, but I'm gonna go surf fishing. I'm gonna see if I can't get on some of these redfin surf perch that we have down here, which are really good eating, by the way. But yeah, I'm super excited. Can't wait to share all of it with you guys. I'm not very sure if a Senko is gonna work in here. It's tried it before. It works better in the winter when the weed bed is down a little bit, because I don't know if you guys can see it, but right where my Senko hits the water, there's a weed right up top. It's like its own little forest down there. And I know there's probably some pretty big bass sitting in the pockets in there, but I don't know if I'm not using a punch rig, so I don't have the right weight for a Senko punch rig, so yeah. But the bait caster that I'm using is a Shakespeare Ugly Stick. It's a 7-foot medium light setup, and yeah, and then my reel is a Abu Garcia Revo X with 10-pound monofilament on it, I believe. So yeah, right there. Yeah, I'm just waiting for something to bite on to that power bait. Spot is usually pretty good. I only have a couple hours this morning, so see how good we can do. So up in Boise, I'm gonna be trying to do some river fishing. Come on, get out of there. I'm gonna be trying to do some river fishing. I'm gonna be fishing on lakes. I've scoped out a couple lakes that have some really big bass, some crappie lakes, panfish lakes, even some palomino trout, some lightning trout. Caught one of those last year. It's my profile picture for my account, so obviously that was one that I was pretty proud of. But mostly rainbow trout. I've caught a couple real nice bass out of there, but yeah, I'm gonna be exploring more and spending more time fishing so that I can give you guys consistent content. And yeah, this one's pretty much an intro, but once I get it locked down, I'll be able to do some focused content for you guys. So across Black Lake, it's pretty shallow. It sits probably about 8 feet most of the way across, and it's a pretty decent sized lake. This is one of 3 docks that exist on this lake. There's people at the other docks, so this was kind of my only choice, but this is probably my favorite one to fish. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized lake, but it's pretty shallow all the way across. But right in front of me over here is the pretty deep hole that I was talking about that a lot of stockers like to sit in, and the occasional big one. My personal best trout for out of here and for my lifetime was a little bit over 6 pounds. Caught that when I was just a little kid trolling in a little John boat with my dad. But yeah, I had my personal best out of here. It was about 6 pounds. The biggest one I've seen was probably close to 9. And they've apparently stocked a couple steelhead in here, which is a little bit confusing to me, but hey, we might catch a steelhead today. But yeah, personal best bass was out at a little canal or a little almost like a puddle. It's a really small little pond, but it held a very good number of fish a few years ago. I'm just waiting for the weather to dry up and for it to dry up the water enough so I can bring you guys out there and put up quite a few numbers at that little pond. So I'm hoping it's still the same as it used to be. I'm gonna take this and I'm actually gonna recast it slightly farther and slightly to the right of where I just put it. And hey, leave a comment down there. Let me know if there's any tips that you have for me for fishing for stockers, or let me know what works for you guys, or heck, just comment your favorite fish story and I'll read them and I'll make sure to reply to you guys. I'm super excited to do this, and I want to be engaged with talking with you guys that are watching. And if any of you guys are from the Black Lake area or Ilwaco area, or even the Boise area, let me know and we can go fishing sometime. I'm trying to find some fishing buddies who want to come out with me. So yeah, I'm gonna set this back up. and I'm probably gonna try to tie on something else different from a Senko. I might could throw on a little trout spoon, see if the trout start working around this morning up top, but I haven't seen any boils or anything, so I don't know if they're active on top right now, but hey, we can try it. So I'm gonna tie that on real quick, and I'll get back to you guys. Got a bite going on. There we go. First one of the day. Feels like a little guy. Looks like he's coming up to the top. Yeah, I think it's just a little stalker. Come on up, bud. Yeah, there he is. Awesome. All right. See if I can't get this guy unhooked real quick. I'm gonna wet my hands. That way he doesn't get hurt. These guys are, whoa. I'll come right back to you guys when I get him unhooked. All right, guys, got this beautiful stalker right here. Beautiful little guy. Let's get him released. Oh. There he goes. First one of the day. Let's get a couple more. All right, guys, so right over here, I don't know if you can see it at all, but like right there, there's a fish on the top of the water. Not exactly sure what kind of fish. I see his mouth right there. I think it's a trout. Wonder if he's caught in something. Looks like he's stuck in something. His back keeps coming like right out of the water. I don't know if you guys can see that because the glare's pretty bad, but it's like right in there. There's a little, there, he moved. Oh, that was not a small little trout. That was not small. I don't know if that showed up on camera. That was not a small little trout. I think it was still a trout, but I think it was a little bit bigger. Oh, he's still there. I think it was a little bit bigger than I thought. Yeah, he's still sitting on top. So yeah, that fish is still over there. I'm gonna try to tie on a little silver spoon real quick. I am not good at tying uni knots fast, so I just tie a clinch knot. I'm not gonna do it improved this time. I'm just gonna do the normal clinch knot. There we go. Cut the tag end. Oh, he just took it. Got him. Oh, no, that was a steelhead. That was a steelhead. That was actually a steelhead. Oh, he was hooked. He was hooked. Oh my goodness. I hooked that fish over here that looked like it was stuck, and it had a nice big egg weight on there, and this bait that I've never seen before. It's on a little hook, and it looks like it's a power bait with a little orange tail, and I'm actually tempted to keep this and possibly try it out, because the rig that I use, having this little tail float up would be really cool, and I think it might work pretty good. I wish it wasn't orange, but yeah, that was a pretty cool little moment that I hooked that fish. The reason why I think it was a steelhead, by the way, instead of just a normal rainbow trout, because they did stock steelhead in here, is because of the colors on it. So the rainbow trout in here are a real nice silver, and they have a pretty prominent lateral line. They got that pinkish lateral line on them, but other than that, they don't have very much color. So I think it was a steelhead because it had a real deep silver body with almost like a red lateral line across it, and that to me just screams interesting trout or steelhead. So yeah, just thought I'd give you guys some context on that, and hopefully we'll get on another couple fish before we gotta call it a day today. So yeah, wish me luck. All right guys, got another fish on right here. I really hope this keeps recording because I've been having GoPro issues. But feels like a little bit better of a fish. It just jumped. Ooh, yeah, it's a good fighter at least. Oh man, good fighter. Oh yeah, that's a bit bigger of a fish right there. Oh my gosh, that's a nice fish. Get up here. Oh, that's a nice fish. Holy crap, man, for in here. Holy cow, that right there is a nice fish. Awesome. I'm going to link the picture that I just took of it. That was a nice 1.5 pound. I would probably say 14 inch or about 14-inch fish. I don't have a tape measure. I have a scale, but with these trout, I want to get them back in the water as soon as I possibly can, because they're pretty fragile is the best way to say it. But yeah, I took a picture of it, and I'll actually just put the picture on my fish brain, and I'll link my fish brain down below if you guys want to check out the picture of that fish. That was the biggest trout that I'd caught out of here in a while. And yeah, I'll link that down below. And that is our second fish of the day. That was awesome. I was trying to get my camera recording, and all of a sudden my line was, or my rod was halfway bent down because my my drag was a little high, and heard the fish jump, and I knew it was a pretty good one. So all right guys, little update. Still haven't caught more than those 2 fish so far, but I really am interested in seeing if there's any bass sitting over here. And what time is it now? It's about 9 o'clock. I'm thinking about throwing on a top water, just working it past, seeing if there's anything over there. And I think what I'm gonna do is throw on this little popper. This is really old. It's a Guggen popper. I don't know the exact name, but I've got to change the trebles on it. But that thing has been really good for me over the years. I actually found it at an old pond that I used to fish. But I found it, and ever since then, I've been using it, and it's only ever done me good. So maybe it'll be lucky to throw it on and maybe one of these, because I know there's bass here. The hardest part is finding something that they're gonna bite. I'm gonna tie the same knot. It's a clinch knot. If any of you guys want a tutorial or don't know how to tie a clinch knot, let me know down in the comments, and I can show you how I do it, because it's not how everybody does it, but it's worked for me over the years. So, and it's really quick. So just like that. Take this and cut the tag end right there. Now let's see if there's any fish hanging out. I'm pretty much just gonna cast straight along here over to those weeds see if I can't catch one on the move. So I'm pretty much just gonna let it sit for a second, move it around a little bit, let those ripples stop, and then slowly pop it. Just like that. Enough action to where a fish might see it, get enticed by it. I love topwater so much. They're not the best bait numbers wise, but experience wise, these are definitely some of the most fun fish that you can catch as topwater fish. Huh. Just moving it real slow. Giving it a nice, good pop right at the top. Just the other day, I saw someone catch a bass doing this exact same thing. Right about there is usually where I cut my losses of it. There's a fish on that cast. See how far back I can get it in there. That was decent. Oh, there's some kayakers over there. And I'm still watching my other rod, just in case a fish comes and picks that up. Even if I don't catch a whole bunch of stuff, it's always a fun day being out on the water. So relaxing. All right, guys. Well, no luck for bass today. Put the popper up, and I'm actually out of time for fishing today, but caught 2 trout, one of them being the biggest that I've caught out of this lake in a long time. And yeah, the videos will keep getting better and better as I get better at YouTube. But I'm super excited to bring you guys more content, and I'm going to be really consistent. So I'm going to try to at least post once or twice a week at least. And yeah, stay tuned for the new adventures, guys. I'm super excited to make this content for you, and I'm excited for the adventures. So remember to like and subscribe down there to follow along with my journey. And yeah, have a great day.